Yeah, well, we've already missed that boat, but we still want to talk about it. First of all,
So
we got to talk about the original 1992 crew of the Mighty Ducks right here. It doesn't get more 90s than this picture
no, it does
right here.
not.
I mean, look at that. That is 90s. If 90s was a group of children and a man, that's what that would be. I love that picture so much. That's from 1992. And the Mighty Ducks was my thing back in the day, man. I never learned how to ice skate backwards, but I learned. I had a hockey stick. I had a puck with wheels on it, with like ball wheels, and I had rollerblades, and I was all over that in the 90s. Mighty Ducks is my thing. And at the same time, just the fact that this movie exists is so 90s. Because can you imagine a Disney movie made today about a lawyer, a schemy lawyer that got a DUI and then got charged with taking care of a bunch of kids? Like, I don't see that happening.
No, there's there have been a few movements that have occurred since then. Now, I grew up watching this movie.
Oh yeah,
all the time. I was not a hockey player, but I grew up in Colorado, right at the base of the mountains, and every winter time, or every time the NHL season would open up, this like hockey was part of the culture in that particular town, and yeah, I was always a Colorado Avalanche fan. That kind of dropped off a little bit, but yeah, this movie has also got like, I mean, it's got actors and actresses that are connected to so many other different things. I mean, we've got the character who's right next to Gordon Bombay up there at the top, and I had to pull up his name. His name's Eldon Henson. He had a different last name at the time, but he ended up growing up to be Foggy Nelson in the Marvel series for Daredevil.
Yeah, he was in Butterfly Effect as well. I love him as an actor. He's a great actor.
I remember, like, I see Danny Tamborelli there from that. Now, he was like peak 90s.
Oh yeah,
that kid.
For sure.
I mean, all that. What was the show with him and his older brother? That was just like a wacky Nickelodeon sitcom.
I didn't have Nickelodeon growing up, so I don't know.
Oh man,
I only know all of that because of Maddie.
All right, I got to pull this up because it's gonna drive me absolutely crazy. No, he was in all that. He's done some voiceover work. The Adventures of Pete and Pete. That was what it was.
Oh yeah.
Which was a really weird show, but I mean, then again, that was back when like Nickelodeon was like fucked up. like some of the stuff from Nickelodeon. Like if you watch Nickelodeon era stuff from back in that area, especially like the Nicktoons from like the early 90s, like it's messed up shit.
They had some weird shit on that. And then that kind of dark shit moved over to Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon went a little chill after that. Yeah.
Of course, Emilio Estevez has his share of fucking weirdness. And everything that was going on. The character who played Goldberg there, whose name is Sean Weiss, he went through a roller coaster of shit throughout his personal life. There's some photos of him from like, from not terribly long ago. But apparently, like he had a pretty bad drug problem. But he's recovered. He's recovered from that. He's clean and he's looking a lot better. But yeah, this cast of characters. I mean, they did 3 movies. And
she got
most
Joshua
of the
Jackson
cast returned.
Don't you
Joshua
forget
Jackson as well.
Joshua Jackson, right there, the most badass of them all.
I believe. I believe that. Let's see. I gotta find him in here. Because Juicy Smollett. I don't know if you get that reference. Jussie Smollett is also in this. So I mean, there's a lot of weird connections to this point in time now. It's weird.
And we got more characters added down the line, with the sequels. I mean, this was a lot of people starred in these movies. This is a big thing. So Disney basically saw how Cobra Kai was going, and they're like, what can we bring back? Netflix has Cobra Kai. So we're going to bring back the Mighty Ducks in the form of Game Changers.
I don't know. I didn't think that Cobra Kai had been going that well because YouTube dropped it and Netflix ended up picking up. But I think that was more because YouTube's just not for TV shows.
Yeah, YouTube was just failing all around, and that was the one property that they could sell. And Cobra Kai is doing amazing. The last season was pretty big on Netflix, and the 4th season's already been greenlit. So yeah, they're doing well.
I still got to finish season 2. I think I got like halfway through season 2 before I got distracted with other stuff. The first season was good though. Like it was a good show for that first season. Like it's a solid
I have
show.
my issues. It gets a little bombastic in season 3, but for a TV show, a spin-off of a 80s movie, yeah, it's pretty damn good. I mean, it could go a lot wrong, but it was pretty good.
I mean, I had an issue with just about like everybody knowing karate in that particular valley. Just about everybody's a fucking kung fu.
It's Karate
master.
Valley, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is. It's Karate Valley, but yeah, and then like I don't know, it was wacky. But
listen. Some parts of California have skateboards, and some have karate. You just have to know which part of California you're in. That's pretty much what it is.
That's fair. Well, we're as far as I know, we're going back to Minnesota with this show. I mean, I would assume.
Probably. I would guess.
I mean, that was the big spot for the first 3 movies. That they were all based out of Minnesota. And do you know much about this already ahead of time? Because I mean, honestly, like I knew that there was talks about it. I didn't know that there was a trailer until you mentioned that we had something to react to.
No, I didn't know anything about it. I had hoped that there was connections to the original, and it wasn't until I saw the screenshot for the trailer that I even knew Gordon Bombay was coming back. And I gotta say, Emilio Estevez, he looks pretty good. I've seen him in a couple other. I think he did a movie about some people taking over a library a year or 2 ago, and I've seen him in a couple other things. And he's kind of, I mean, he never. Well, I don't know if he went the drugs route or not, but he's kind of had a rough time. He hasn't aged very well at certain points, but he looks pretty good right here.
I mean, he's got that Disney money makeup on right now, so. I mean,
well,
who knows?
Hey, I don't blame him. Yeah,
want to dive on into this?
Let's play it here. Can you hear it? Maybe.
I cannot hear it. Maybe unmute it there, partner.
There we go.
I gotta cut you.
Okay, hold up. I gotta turn this down. This is really loud.
That was a little voluminous.
All right.
But we're already starting with a young crowd of kids again.
Let's try it again.
I gotta cut you. If you can't be great at hockey, it's like, don't bother.
Well, that's a dick move.
I want you to think about all the other kids who've been told that they're too small or too slow. They just want to get out there and play. Let's start our own team. All we need is an ice rink.
You lost? So if you're looking at red skates, that's up front.
Tell me the underdogs are going to come through in the end.
You got to make this happen for yourself. Why do you care so much?
Because you care.
Okay, this is...
Oh my gosh! Nothing but that! Crazy! Nothing but that! Pretty sure it's basketball.
March 26th.
Okay, so that was short, and that told us nothing other than, hey, Gordon Bombay's career really went downhill.
Not necessarily. Not
he
necessarily.
He had like a law degree, and he was like coaching because he was a lawyer in the first one. And I know that he dropped out there, but like I know that I thought he had some like big shit going on in the hockey world as he was as the sequels went on.
And then the third one, they all went to private school, and he kind of showed up a little bit, but I don't remember what he was doing. But, you know, he had that. Who is the guy? Who was his mentor? He had the mentor, Hans, that ran that shop. And I don't think he didn't have this ice rink, but I think it was kind of, I mean,
He made I think he sold hockey gear and sharpened skates
right.
and stuff like that.
He didn't have this ice palace thing that they showed the trailer, but I could see Gordon Bombay becoming that guy. And
it works for the plot,
sure,
which is what Disney was going for here.
I will say what I did notice was douchebag in the beginning that was like, if you're not going to be great at something, don't even try. I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but he was wearing a Ducks jersey. So the kid gets kicked off the Mighty Ducks team in the beginning, and the what am I trying to say? The uniform that they're wearing at the end, I don't know if it's the same uniform, but it reminds me of the District 5 uniform that they were wearing in the beginning of the Mighty Ducks before they became the Mighty Ducks. So I wonder if this is
District 5.
Yeah, in the beginning of the Mighty Ducks, they were the District 5 team, and then Gordon Bombay gave them a name, the Mighty Ducks. So they just had like these plain old yellowish jerseys until they became the Mighty Ducks with the purple and the everything. So is it kind of doing what Cobra Kai did, where they're making the good guys the bad guys? Because I mean, it looks like the Mighty Ducks are like the opposite team in this show.
So what? Okay, all right, yeah. So they've got that classic, purple and blue here.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, okay. So is this? So I guess I wonder what level this. I guess there's going to be some sort of revenge plot between Emilio Estevez and like the current owner of the Ducks now, I guess, or something like that. Maybe got picked up
got out of the coaching game. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't see any other returning characters other than Emilio Estevez though.
Yeah, I think they'll probably, if there's any cameos, which has got to be, I think they'll.
I mean,
this
is only a minute long too. Like they kept it really short and sweet just to kind of be like, hey, guess what? This is happening.
They got, because all they showed really was Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls fame. They had Emilio Estevez, of course, and then they had Brady Noon, which was the main kid, which I haven't seen this show or the movie, but he was the co-main character of Good Boys, that R-rated little kid comedy that came out in 2019.
Seth Rogen's.
Yeah, I never saw that, but he was in that. He wasn't the main kid. Jacob Tremblay was, but he was like the co-main kid in that show. So
I mean, it wasn't a great movie, but it was pretty funny.
Oh, you did see it? Was he all right in it?
Okay. I can't remember specifically around the performances, and I don't. But I mean, like, it was a pretty funny film.
Well, he must have been decent for Disney to be like, hey, let's take that kid from that raunchy-ass R-rated comedy and make him the lead in our new show.
They certainly wouldn't. I'm trying to pull up an IMDb for the show, but the days where IMDb had like all the scoop information is pretty much gone now.
Yeah, they've changed a lot.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Don't they have a paywall for a lot of stuff now? Like I think they still have the same info out there, but you got to pay for it now, or I don't know what the deal is.
The Mighty Ducks has a 23% on the tomato meter, and a 65% for its audience score. What's wrong with the critics?
That was a hell of a good movie, man. That was a great movie back in the day.
They don't like good, wholesome, like hockey fun. Like, yeah,
maybe the adults in the room were all like, "Wait, a DUI guy gets to take care of a bunch of kids? This doesn't make sense." And they had a problem with that, and then they just checked out after that movie. But
this review is hilarious. The film is remarkably oblivious to the fact that if the team weren't hell-bent on a championship, young moviegoers would be significantly less interested in its adventures. That's the whole point.
Every sports movie ever. That's like, what? What kind of?
Why would you want to watch the sport where it's like, oh, they're just going through their regular season and no championship whatsoever?
That's every sports movie ever. That makes okay. Well, good job, reviewer. You just made yourself look like an idiot.
Were they even playing for a championship? I thought they were just like beating like this team that was like really hard to beat. Like they were like one of the big dogs.
I think it eventually became like them versus Gordon Bombay's team, the Hawks, maybe. They were like a black and white team. Yeah, I don't know. And it was like coached by Bombay's old coach, who shamed him as a child. Oh my gosh, I could talk about Mighty Ducks all day, but I gotta say, this doesn't look bad. I mean, it definitely looks like a kids show.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks like it's aiming towards like if this show came out in the 90s, it would be aimed at the exact same crowd.
Yeah,
like I mean, it's aimed after the younger kids who like he said in there, like, I want to know if the underdogs win. And it's like it's catering to those kids who are like told like, oh, you're not good enough. Like it's an uplifting show, obviously. Just like the main movie was. Like the movie was like, the whole point of that was like it had a couple different elements. I remember specifically that Gordon Bombay's character was kind of getting his revenge against his old coach for like, or not necessarily his revenge or anything like that, but like some sort of redemption.
Oh yeah, he was trying to prove to himself that he was good enough, because his coach made him feel like he was not good enough as a kid, like shamed him for missing the final goal and everything. Yeah, it was a rough beginning. I remember the music and had like this vignette like framing, and it was sad. It was so sad.
I love this review too. Harmless enough, but its schematic retread of a screenplay and its lethargic acting detracts from the unassuming passable entertainment it might have been. Like, it's the Mighty Ducks.
This is for the original? This is for the original movie?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what they were talking about.
It's like this guy was watching the movie expecting an Oscar pick or some shit. Like,
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man, but it spawned 2 sequels in the 90s. It was amazing. So, whatever.